Oh, what is going on, guys? Today I have a video to you about yet another Team of the Week predictions, guys. Today we're going to predict Team of the Week 12, and this Team of the Week is going to be a very, very big one. Now, there actually wasn't really too many choices, but from the choices that I could pick, the ones that, even possibly scored just one goal, I have featured. There seemed to be a lack of really good performances. And there's actually a couple of informs that I'm not too sure about. But nevertheless, sorry guys, a bit out of breath. Just had to do a bit of running around for my brother. Last week ended up getting 10 out of 23, so almost half right, which was an improvement from week 1. Now into the video, guys. We're gonna begin with the goalkeeper, possibly the hardest one to predict. But today I've gone with Diego Lopez, only because of his magnificent performance against Atletico Madrid. Although I think they did lose, or whatever, but nevertheless, guys, no matter what the result, I was reading through the commentary of the game, and he played absolutely fantastic, making so many good saves to keep Espanyol in the game. Thoroughly deserved his inform. The next one, Leighton Baines. Now we know that it is, as of today, we have Everton and Manchester United played. Baines scored the winning penalty in the 90th minute, which Fellaini gave away. So as a result, I thought that Baines deserved an inform, given that he doesn't have one currently. The next one is Sergio Ramos. Now he scored a goal in Real Madrid's 2-0 win, struggling for defenders this week, and as Ramos hasn't had an inform yet, decided to give him one because EA are very greedy, so might as well give him one. The next one is Alexandro. He scored a goal in, I believe it was Juventus's 3-1 win. Again, another defender there, scored only one goal, so we're not too sure, but generally that's normally enough to get an inform. The next one is Ousmane Dembele. Now I believe Dortmund won 4-1. But Aubameyang scored 2 of their goals. Now he's already had an inform, so it's probably unlikely he's going to get another one. Dembele got one of them goals, and he, played some very nice football in that game. So I decided to give it a shout, and given that we didn't have another right mid, that he could take the spot, they're kind of a bit biased towards one to watch cards. So I thought, chuck Dembele in there. Now the next one is Joan Mi. He scored 2 goals in Sociedad's, I believe it was 3-1 win, and given that he's a cam, not too many midfielders in the team, he deserved another inform. The next one, guys, we have Raja Nainggolan. Now Roma won 2-0 against Lazio. Obviously this was one of the marquee matchups. It was a difference between Nainggolan and Strootman. Nainggolan scored one of the better goals. He scored a better goal than Strootman, and Nainggolan had a higher match rating than Strootman. Only reason why I've given Nainggolan this inform. Now, the next one is Alexis Sanchez. Now, we know that he's already had 2 informs in FIFA 17. And last week, everyone was saying, he should get another inform. He scored 2 spectacular goals. And I said, no. He cannot get a 3rd inform this early. But he's just gone and got a hat-trick again in their game. And they won something that I think it was 5-0 or 5-1. When you have a hat-trick, you really do deserve an inform. And I've gave him this inform because obviously West Ham are not a bad opposition either. So I've gave Sanchez his 3rd inform already. Not too sure on that one. But next we have Benteke scoring 2 goals in Palace's win. Benteke's done pretty well lately. He's already had an inform, so not, I was a bit unsure about him getting a 2nd inform, but I thought, why not? Let's go for a Benteke. Now the next one is Lewandowski, the highest rated player in this team. He scored 2 goals in Bayern Munich's win. Simple as that, really. He's already had an inform, but given that there's not really too many standout strikers in the team, that Lewandowski would take the striker spot with those 2 goals right there. Yeah, he obviously like to make their team of the week's as good as they can, because obviously it's a money-making business. And the final one is Radamel Falcao, getting 2 goals in Monaco's, I believe it was 5-0 or 5-1 win. And we haven't actually seen too much from Falcao, but it was about time that he pulled something out of the bag, because this card, although the pace isn't going to be too good, we know his finishing is absolutely clinical, given that obviously experiences from previous FIFAs. So that is really it for the starting lineup. The only ones I'm really sure on are probably Lewandowski and Alexandro and Ramos and Juanmi, so I'm not really too confident on my selections here, but there wasn't really anyone else I could pick, and I kind of spaced out nicely, but that is a very, very expensive team of the week. Like Juanmi, Diego Lopez, Falcao possibly are going to be the cheaper ones. It's going to be a very expensive team of the week. Now onto the bench, we have 4 gold players, 7 silvers and 1 bronze. First we have Samuel Eto'o, who scored 2 goals in their win. So yeah, you know, that's a easy sub spot, even though he's a pretty high rated in form. The next we have Fabianski. Now, some of you may laugh at me, but even though he conceded 5 goals, sounds really bad, but it could have been 8, 9, 10 goals if it wasn't for him. He made some spectacular saves that game. He played very well, and you know, this isn't just based on the score line. This is based on, you know, the individual player performances, and so he deserves a bench spot given his outstanding game that he had, even though they conceded 5 goals, which obviously are as a result of Swansea's poor defending. The next one we have Traore, the 6 foot. He's just absolute. He's almost 7 foot tall. He's a monster. He got 2 goals. The next one we have is Correa, from Seville, Argentinian Cam, who's got a hat trick. The next guy I can't quite explain his name, pronounce his name, sorry, but he scored a hat trick for Real Madrid in the cup. And then the rest, we have a couple of silvers, which pretty much all scored 2 goals, including Winall for Barnsley. He scored a nice 2 goals. And the final bronze guys scored, I believe it was 2 goals, and being a centre mid, that's not too common. So that's really all for today, guys. A very, very conflict sort of team of the week choice. But I hope you found this useful, and I hope you did enjoy this video, guys. Drop a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you guys on my next video.